so weird. This app shows that my credit score's pretty good, but I couldn't get the car loan.
Are you using myfico.com?
No, it's some other company.
Oh, you should get a MyFICO account instead. FICO scores are the ones used by 90% of lenders, and other credit scores can vary up to 100 points.
That would have been helpful yesterday.
Get the scores lenders use. Get the right FICO credit score for your credit goal, including your FICO scores used for mortgages, auto loans, and credit cards. Visit myfico.com or download the MyFICO app to get started today.
Welcome to the Instagram stories for Tuesday, October 31st. I'm your host, Daniel Hill. Normally, we do the Mosseri Monday episode on Mondays. Didn't have a chance to record yesterday, so we're going to do a little bit of Mosseri Monday in the second half of this episode. But because there's so much news to talk about, we have to get into that first. It's most important. News is the priority. That's what I've decided. The biggest news is that Meta has announced an ad-free subscription program in the European Union, and I learned a new acronym, EEA, which stands for European Economic Area. So the EU, the EEA, plus Switzerland. This is a new ad-free program that's going to be available. I'll get to the cost. Here's the quote from Meta. To comply with evolving European regulations, we are introducing a new subscription option in the EU, EEA, and Switzerland. In November, we will be offering people who use Facebook or Instagram and reside in these regions the choice to continue using these personalized services for free with ads or subscribe to stop seeing ads. While people are subscribed, their information will not be used for ads. End quote. Now, I know what you're thinking. How much is this going to cost, and is it worth it? Let's talk about the costs. Directly from Meta, quote, people in these countries will be able to subscribe for a fee to use our products without ads. Depending on where you purchase it, it will cost €9.99 per month on the web or €12.99 per month on iOS and Android. As is the case for many online subscriptions, the iOS and Android pricing take into account the fees that Apple and Google charge through respective purchasing policies. Until March 1st, 2024, the initial subscription covers all linked accounts in a user's account center. However, beginning March 1st, 2024, an additional fee of €6 per month on the web and €8 per month on iOS and Android will apply for each additional account listed in a user's account center. End quote. Okay, let's talk about this pricing a little bit. €10 a month if you sign up on the web, or you pay an extra €3 a month just because of having signed up on your mobile device. Obviously, just sign up on web one time and save yourself that money forever. That would only make sense. Second, let's do the quick translation from euros to dollars. If it's €10 per month, that would be $10.60 in US dollars. So you would be essentially paying $127 per year for Facebook and Instagram to have an ad-free experience. Now, with this understanding, let's look at it from a profitability standpoint. According to Meta's most recent performance update, it generates on average $19.04 per quarter from each European Union user. If we do the math over 12 months, that would be $228. But you're only paying $127 for the ad-free experience. So it seems like Meta is losing about $100 per user per year on this. I would love to know, would you pay $127 per year for an ad-free experience on Instagram and Facebook? I'm going to set up a poll inside Spotify. So if you're listening to this on Spotify or you have access to Spotify, log in, look at the Instagram Stories podcast for this episode and vote with what you think, whether or not you would pay. If you have a comment you want to make about it, go ahead and put that in there. And you can even leave a voice message, which I will play on air. Give me your take on this. I would love to hear it. We are going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to do a couple of Mosseri Monday questions, so stick around. Are you ready to monetize your social posts and ride the instant shopping trend? Check out BecauseILoveIt.com, known as Billy. I've connected with them recently, and I'm loving their vision to empower influencers. Whether you're on Instagram, TikTok, or any other platform, Billy is where you can create your own online store to feature products you love. The best part is that brands reward you with a commission on every sale. Easy as that. Visit BecauseILoveIt.com/Daniel Hill to join Billy and get $100 in free credits to share with your audience. Head over to the link in the show notes to learn more and sign up. And we're back. Let's get into the Mosseri Monday questions, and let's start with video selfies. I talked about this recently. This is something that Instagram is testing on Notes, where you can create a short video of yourself and upload it. It would be like a status using a video. Here's the head of Instagram talking about that specific feature. The question, when will selfie videos in Notes roll out? I want to use it.
It depends on how the test goes. So we just started testing this. They're fun. They got a very sort of Harry Potter vibe to them. And then if people love them and if it means that they use Notes more, then we'll launch it more broadly. And if not, we won't. But that process usually takes a matter of weeks or even a few months.
Next question. Do you think hashtags will be important in Threads? I personally don't think hashtags will be a big deal in Threads because we can search for things. Back in the day, searching across Twitter was really hard to do, and hashtags grouped conversations together. But now, it's not exactly the same. We can find conversations if we need to because search tools have improved dramatically. Here is the answer to the question, do you think hashtags will be important to Threads?
I think some version of hashtags or tags where you can come together around an interest or an idea is going to be useful on Threads. But honestly, it's one of those features that we're getting a lot of requests for, but I don't think it's going to actually meaningfully change the trajectory of the app. There are other things that we get a ton of requests for, things like the following tab, where you only see posts from accounts you follow. But in reality, a small percentage of people use that and they love it, but most people don't use it, and it doesn't actually change the overall usage of the app that much, but it's an important feature to build. So is it important? I think it's important to build, but I don't think it's going to meaningfully change the trajectory of the app, if I'm honest.
I absolutely agree with his assessment. Let's do another Threads question. What do you think success looks like for Threads in 1 year? I'm just going to say that I think X will completely be a source of negative energy so much that people just don't want to use it at all. And all those conversations and all the things that are positive and upbuilding and encouraging will migrate over to Threads long-term. And that's where people will have light, fun, engaging conversations. That's my bet. Here's his answer on what success looks like for Threads 12 months from now.
We're actually debating this right now internally. I do think the long-term aspiration is to be the de facto platform for public conversations online, which is about cultural relevance as much as it is about the overall size of Threads. We're obviously not the largest public content or public conversation platform online right now. X, formerly known as Twitter, is. I think we have a chance of surpassing them, but they've got a big head start and we've got a long way to go. So we need to not get too distracted by the hype cycle. Sometimes Threads is amazing in the eyes of the world, and sometimes Threads is a failure in the eyes of the world, and we keep oscillating back and forth. The truth is always somewhere in the middle. So I'm trying to keep the team focused on improving the core experience every week. And then little by little, I think we can continue to build momentum and get there. But that's a long-term aspiration, is to be the de facto platform for public conversations online.
Okay, that's an interesting concept. However, I think in order for that to happen, an API needs to exist that we can connect to. I'll explain what I mean. If you use a tool like Buffer or another social media sharing tool, you want to be able to write within one tool what you want your post to be or create that content and then post it to multiple platforms at once. If the main platform that you want to focus on is Threads, that's fine, but there's going to still be other platforms where you're going to share that content likely at the same time. If Threads doesn't support that kind of API, then I just don't see it being a big thing. So hopefully that is high on their list of priorities. And the last question we're going to do, how do I know what Instagram tools are best for me and my business? I like this question, but I think it's a really hard one to answer because the person didn't give any context about what their business is, how they've been doing with the current tools that they're using, where they want to go, or anything. So it's really a shot in the dark answer. I would say the best tools are the ones that are going to let you create content without impacting your business in terms of your time and your energy, meaning that you find a way, whether it's a system or a person that you work with or a team that you work with, that lets you focus on your core business and doesn't drain you because you're spending so much time creating content. Here's Adam's answer.
For every business, the tools that matter the most for them are going to depend on what they're trying to get out of Instagram. If you're using Instagram to raise awareness about a cause, then it's really about reach and engagement. If you're using Instagram to sell something, maybe you're a merchant of sort, then it's going to be about transactions and about conversion rates. If you're using it just to express yourself, then it's going to be about how you feel about the experience. So whatever you do, it's important to be clear about what you want to get out of Instagram, and then evaluate our tools and your performance and the different features we have through that lens.
That is going to do it for today's episode. If you have a moment, please go on Spotify, vote in the poll about whether or not you would pay $10 per month for Instagram and Facebook access to be ad-free. I would love your opinions, so go on Spotify and vote in the poll. Thanks for listening, and be sure to come back next time for more social media news, strategy, and content.
Instagram news got you covered, sometimes even TikTok. Relevant platforms in the metaverse ahead of the wave, without a break or a pit stop. Still waiting for Zuckerberg to give me the big job. Pause. Use trademarks and logos with Insta's permission, of course. If you like the show and you gain some good info, maybe leave a review. It's a type of applause. Just drop me a message if you want to collab. If you got some good content or you want to run ads, at Daniel Hill Media is where I am. TikTok, Facebook and Instagram.